Hey guys.
Andre, what's your thoughts on the game, and also how's Ryan Brockhoff?
I don't have an update on Ryan. I don't think it's serious. I'm not sure if he'll play on Thursday, but in terms of the game, it's exactly what we needed out of our first game together. You know, there's always the building blocks, and certainly defensively, we had some issues in the first half dealing with their speed and ability to get to the rim. Thought the guys came out at the start of the third quarter and did a great job of making the adjustment on that, and I think we did a really good job of showing the sort of defensive team we can be in that third quarter. And offensively, similar sort of thing. You know, we had some really nice execution. It's one of those games. You know, I don't want to get too caught up in the season, get lost in some of the negatives of it. But I think there were some really good signs in that as a group, in terms of we've only been together a week, and this group of 12 has only practiced together once. And so we're pretty advanced. We had some nice stuff going on given that background. So all in all, exactly what it's supposed to do. Go over some learnings. We're playing together as a group. Good for us now. We get a chance to evaluate that game, make some improvements, and get better for game 2.
How late did you find out about Delhi's withdrawal from the game?
Yeah, it's one of those things. We've been, I guess everything from our point of view was done last Friday, so we've been hoping that he would be cleared to play. We thought that we'd get something overnight, didn't come, and that's just not a process we can control. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, and we move on, and hopefully it's cleared for Thursday.
Paddy, how did it feel from the players' perspective out there, the first hit out?
Yeah, I think everyone's excited just to play on some home turf. You know, we don't get the chance that often to do it, so everyone's really excited to get out there and wear the green and gold in front of a home crowd. And in that sense, it's a great opportunity for us, and we all loved it.
The cohesion, Andre, offensively, defensively, how did you feel the group sort of was gelling together?
I guess, as I alluded to before, there's some really good stuff. I think offensively, there's also just some loose, some turnovers, just as a result of someone cutting back door and someone else thinking who's going to cut to the wing, and that stuff just takes time and time together. But given the amount of time we've spent together as a group, there's some really nice things happening offensively, and similarly, like at the defensive end, we had our issues certainly in the first half with penetration and dealing with penetration and just finding that balance between aggression and smart containment. And again, we'll have lots of nice examples out of this video, and we'll keep building.
Still with Aaron, given that there's uncertainty about over, he was obviously exceptional.
Yeah, Bainesy was great. He's certainly a dominant force in the middle, and he had a fantastic World Cup 2 years ago, and he's a better player now. And so we enjoy having him there, and he showed tonight exactly the value that he brings to this group.
Andre, what did you make of the backup guards, Lish and Martin tonight, getting more minutes without Delhi? What did you make of their performance?
Great, both of them. I mean, I think Kevin has really showed tonight what the value that he brings to this group, and he's so solid at both ends of the floor. Defensively, he gets into it, and I think he hangs his hat on the defensive end. Although everyone in Australia knows him for his offense, he's certainly someone who takes a lot of pride in his defense. And offensively, he can certainly put the ball in the basket. He can create for others. He's happy to share, and I think we saw that through the NBL season too when he was playing with Kirk Penny. Like, he was happy to take second fiddle to Kirk and let Kirk get his points and help him be that sort of a player. So excited about having him on the group. And of course, Damo's Damo. You inject him, and in that first half, when we were struggling a little bit defensively, like when he came in, immediately the game turned in terms of our defensive energy and intensity, and just our ability to just be a bit more disruptive. So they did what their roles are on this team very well.
Andre, you experiment a little bit with Brock at the 3 late in the game. So that's something you continue to do, and will we also maybe see some small ball 4 lineups with maybe Joe or Ryan there?
For sure, and that's the flexibility that we have in this group. And Brock's in the 3 spot tonight, a little bit out of necessity with Ryan's injury and Delhi not playing, and Chris also not playing. But it's certainly something that we are aware of, that he's able to swing into that spot, and we've used him a couple of times in practice in there, and he's looked good. And certainly the small ball lineup that you mentioned with Rowdy playing some in the 4 is another line.
Training camp, and so far he's one of those guys that can just slide in there as if he's been around the whole time, and obviously such a smart point guard that way. But for me, really wanting to get out on the floor with him and see how we work well, and in the past we've worked really well together, so it should be good.
Andre, is Paddy playing off the ball something we're going to see a lot more of in the Olympics in the lead up?
Yeah, I think again in terms of that. Multiple ball handlers, and it's one of those things that either guy, you can play point guard by committee, and obviously with him and Delhi playing significant minutes together, it's if one's got it, the other one goes in the 2 spot, and I think that versatility is good for us and makes it difficult for other teams to be disruptive for us, and also allows us to generate pace, which is something that's important for us.
Saw Alex out there tonight, obviously filling in for Bogut. Is he therefore ahead of Jawai in your pecking order?
Everyone's came to camp is still available, and we'll make those assessments. But Alex has been fantastic in terms of agreeing to come with us on this tour and putting his hand up and showing what he has to offer. And we're very thankful that he's doing the job that he's doing and contributing to this team.
Will he travel with you guys to South America?
Yes, he will. Yep.
Anyone else as well?
No, Alex is the only one.
How many games have you actually got before the Olympics with that tour and obviously Thursday?
So Thursday, and then we've got 5 games in South America before we get to Rio, and then we're still trying to get another game organised in Rio. So hopefully there's another 7 games for us.
Thanks, guys.
No worries. Thank you.
It's up to you.
Yeah, if you can,
You gotta be quick.
Okay. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
No worries.
Say everybody, say where it's
Mark, how do you feel about not coaching the Warriors in this area as opposed to?
Couldn't do that. Simmering away.
I'll let it out.
Had Chris Gaffney.
One more person sent me the Susie back.
Did ya? You got a Rolodex of this stuff in your head?
About what?
Just like all these historical numbers and stuff. You did? Thank you very much.
Sure, no problem.
Guys, on your right is Dorian Pickens. In the middle is Coach Mike Montgomery. And on your left is Kadeem Allen.
Coach, what's your thoughts on the game tonight and what you got from your players?
Well, I didn't know what to expect. I knew that the physical play would be difficult for us because I don't think maybe our guys really understood international basketball. Plus, the fact that these guys are older, more mature, and really know how to play the game. I knew there was going to be some rough patches. By and large, I was pleased. I thought that second half, they obviously had a discussion about we got to be more physical, we got to play harder, and I thought we probably backed off a little bit rather than stepping up with them and staying with them, and that was difficult for us. Baines was a load, obviously inside. Really didn't have an answer. for him. I mean, Mills is Mills. He's hard to guard. Kadeem had him a lot and just remarked how quick he gets his shot off. And, you know, there's obviously not a lot of guys that they've played against that are that kind of a player. So, I mean, I was pleased generally speaking, a little disappointed at some point. I thought we just got backed off physically a little bit, and you can't do that. You just have to, you know, they had a lot of offensive rebounds on free throws, for example, where they very subtly, next thing you know, you look up and you're underneath the backboard. So, you know, it was, I think it was a great experience for our guys. I'm hoping that we can come out Thursday and make some corrections and play a little bit better.
Is that the highlight of the tour for these guys, to get that sort of physical experience against Malpros?
Well, that's why we came. I mean, you know, Melbourne's a great city, Australia's a great country, but, you know, we came over here, the opportunity to play against an Olympic team, Olympic caliber team that has done well. I mean, that's why we put this group together. And, you know, we've seen some things, and it's different, obviously, and kids are still trying to figure out what some of the food they're getting fed. They're not really sure what that is, a time or two. But generally speaking, we came here to play basketball. You know, the Australian Federation was nice enough to invite us, and so we put together a group, and you know, we're looking forward to Thursday, and hopefully we can play a little bit better.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the experience of playing against Paddy Mills and what that was like on the floor?
It was great. It was great playing against him. Great experience for the whole team, actually. You know, he's quick, get a shot off very quick, and it was just a challenge. It was a challenge for me. Coach gave me the challenge and started the game to guard him, and I just took on the challenge.
Dorian, what did you make of playing against the Australian guys tonight? How's that sort of helping you?
You know, I think, you know, myself as well as the whole team, like Coach said, it's just a great experience for us, you know, to be able to grow, you know, mature as players, you know, play against, you know, guys who are Olympic caliber, you know, some of the best players around the world. So, you know, anytime we get the opportunity to compete against guys that are, you know, at that level, it's going to be beneficial for us.
Coach, you spoke about the physicality and the difficulty managing the big guys down low at times. What can you do in the sort of making some adjustments ahead of Thursday?
Well, we had 4 practices, so many of the things that you would prepare for. For example, normally you cover all sort of situations that you might face. We obviously could do that. The other thing is not having a scouting report to know what exactly or how they were going to get shots. You know, so here's what you do in this situation, and that was something that hurt us. We've got a lot of kids that are sophomores in college, you know, which means they're going into their sophomore year, and that's tough. I mean, these kids are 19, 20 years old, so all of the things that you just learn as you move through, they don't know yet. And we kept it fairly simple to try to just give them a framework with which to operate. So we'll look at some of the things that hurt us and try to make an adjustment, make them do something different to get baskets. But we knew that was going to be a problem. You know, somebody said, well, what if they do this? And I thought, oh, shoot, we hadn't covered that. We didn't have time to cover that, or we didn't have to, you know, they ran a cross screen with a little on big, you know, and of course the little was setting the screen was maybe Paddy Mills, and the guard didn't want to leave him. And, you know, and here comes Bain across, and it's set a nice screen, and he's wide open inside. So, you know, you have to, I think guys will learn. I think they will understand a little bit more about things. You know, of all the years I've played international basketball or had teams and brought over here, you know, they know how to play international basketball in terms of jumping in, and, you know, that if you go straight up, it's not a foul and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of new to us. And I just think I'm hoping that across the board everybody, you know, understands that just play as hard as you can. Nobody's going to criticize if you make a mistake. Just get back and play as hard as you can. And I felt like we came over here to play everybody. I wasn't going to try to sit a bunch of guys down. That having been said, the guys that are on the floor have to compete, or I can't just let them out there and flounder.
Guys, thanks so much.
You bet.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck on Thursday.